Charles is concerned that Prince Harry is at tipping point and vows to assist him and Meghan. Harry has returned from his function as a senior royal. Prince Charles is about to do the whole lot he can to help Prince Harry following days of crisis and speculation surrounding him and Meghan's stepping lower back from the royal circle of relatives, a record has claimed. According to the Daily Replicate, Charles, 71, fears his second son at tipping point. The tabloid additionally claims the Duke of Sussex, knowledgeable that his father had been sad for some time over the plans for him, spouse Meghan Markle and son Archie in the course of a chain of discussions during the last month. A royal supply is quoted as saying, at the very coronary heart of the problem is the Prince of Wales's problem for his son, his daughter-in-law and his new grandson. He's honestly clear in his mind that Harry is at a tipping point and has promised him he might do a whole lot in his electricity to assist him. Charles informed him he would stand by using him no matter, however, advised him to provide you with a sensible plan that would be worked through if you want to satisfy absolutely everyone. Far suggested the connection between Harry and Charles had been very sturdy, that the tensions have flared over this week's shocking declaration that the Duke and Duchess intend to come to be financially impartial and divide the time between the UK and North America. Moreover, it's Miles claimed Harry and Meghan made their selection without consulting senior participants of the royal circle of relatives, leaving the Queen, Prince Charles and Prince William deeply upset. But speculation that Charles could withdraw financial or personal support is stated to have been shrugged off with the aid of the senior palace resources. The newspaper also claims the heir to the throne, as well as the Queen, has ordered palace insiders to formulate plans to remedy problems and keep Harry's presence in the internal circle of royalty. In line with the Telegraph, the Queen has instructed team of workers to work out Meghan and Harry's slimmed return role in the circle of relatives with the aid of Tuesday of next week. Permit no person be underneath any illusions. The Queen is looking the photographs in this. An unidentified source is quoted as announcing. Prince Charles might also prevent funding Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle if they had circulated away from royal responsibilities. Prince Charles has determined he may prevent investment his younger son Harry and spouse Meghan. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex declared in an Instagram post that they might step again from the royal-owned family. Moreover, they indicated that they in no way had to get coins from the sovereign furnished. This money from the taxpayer-funded reserve is subsidized and used to pay for obligations executed by using the Queen and individuals from the royal circle of relatives. Meghan and I want to return as senior people from the royal circle of relatives. We additionally need to be financially unbiased whilst fully helping the Queen, the couple stated. We currently plan to regulate our time between the United Kingdom and the North America. The couple, blanketed Harry and Meghan, have said they by no means need to get coins from the sovereign supplier, but they need to remember that a massive portion in their revenue actually comes from Prince Charles. Prince Charles gave his two sons a stipend of around £5 million or $6.5 million a year. This quantity usually given for their professional responsibilities. Prince Harry's portion is classified to be half of that amount. While it's fantastic that Charles will completely reduce them off monetarily, it is stated that any understanding of the coins is predicted upon the function in the future process and may be settled once that has been selected. The most sizable impediment is their well-being and security, merely inside the occasion that they flew to any other US coverage. Right now financed by means of UK residents, this could add as much as big range of kilos according to the year if the couple decides to stay overseas. Reviews display that the couple way to make investments quite a few the electricity out of the doors, the UK in Canada in place of the United States. As earlier stated, through the Royal United Kingdom, the Queen and different spouse and children have been harmed and frustrated by way of this circulate. In a statement given quickly after the declaration, Buckingham Palace stated, "We recognize this yearning to adopt an alternate approach, but these are difficult problems that will set aside an attempt to paintings via the declaration," stated. Prince Charles out to take away the millions of bucks he gives to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle if they pull back an excessive amount of royal obligations. Prince Charles may also stop funding Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle in the event that they flow far from royal obligations in step with Times of London. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced in an Instagram post on Wednesday that they might step back from the royal family, and that they indicated that they didn't want to obtain money from the sovereign supply, that is a taxpayer-funded reserve used to pay for responsibilities completed with the aid of the Queen and participants of the royal circle of relatives. We intend to step lower back as senior participants of the royal family and work to emerge as financially independent, even as preserving with to fully guide Her Majesty the Queen, the couple wrote on Wednesday. We now plan to balance our time between the UK and North America, they brought. Although Harry and Meghan have said that they now not want to obtain cash from the sovereign, providing the majority of their profits clearly comes from Prince Charles. Prince Charles provides his two sons with a stipend of approximately 5 million kilos or $6.5 million a 12-month for his or her professional responsibilities. Cash that comes from the Duchy of Cornwall. The instance is said Harry's share is expected to be approximately half of that. At the same time as it's miles not likely that Charles will completely cut them off financially, the instances stated the Prince of Wales has made it clear that any settlement over money depends on the information of the destiny position and will be handiest be settled once that has been determined. One of the main obstacles in discussions on Harry and Meghan's departure from royal responsibilities is their protection and security, especially if they circulate overseas. In step with the instances, their safety currently financed by the means of United Kingdom taxpayers, quantities to masses of heaps of kilos a year, and might also in all likelihood increase significantly in the event that they lived foreign places. Consistent with the outlet, reviews imply that the couple intends to spend a great deal in their time outside the United Kingdom in Canada instead of the United States. According to the Times, the Queen and other own family individuals were harmed and disappointed through the move. In a declaration issued simply after the announcement, Buckingham Palace stated discussions between the couple and different members of the royal family had been at an early stage. We understand that they chose to take a one-of-a-kind technique, but there are complex issues as a way to take time to paintings wire, the announcement said. Queen sends heartfelt message to Kerry Simmons and Boris Johnson after beginning of baby boy. The Queen has congratulated Boris Johnson and Kerry Simmons on their child baby. The Queen sent a personal message of right wishes to the High Minister and his fiancée. Buckingham Palace said the monarch and Mr. Johnson will talk on the telephone later in the course of their weekly audience just hours after the birth. Miss Simmons, 32, gave delivery to her child baby in London sanatorium on Wednesday morning. The new arrival turned into introduced rapidly before 10 a.m. via the spokeswoman for the couple. She said the top minister and Miss Simmons are thrilled to announce the delivery of a healthy child boy at a London medical institution early this morning. Both mom and child are doing very well. The High Minister and Miss Simmons would like to thank the extraordinary NHS maternity crew. It's miles understood the top minister became present throughout the transport. Mr. Johnson again to work in wide variety 10 following the birth, but Miss Top Minister's questions Downing Road said he could take a short duration of paternity, go away later within the year. The family are making plans to live in their Downing Avenue flat with their rescue dog Dylan. Downing Street declined to say whether or not the child become born prematurely and did no longer provide info of the burden, timing, nature or location of the delivery. The infant name isn't, but regarded it is Miss Simmons' first toddler, while Mr. Johnson is thought to have 5 others. The information comes weeks after the High Minister 55 changed into admitted to in-depth care with coronavirus. Miss Simmons also suffered signs of COVID-19. The Queen 94 dispatched a message to Miss Simmons as she changed into being treated in sanatorium, wishing her a full and fast healing. Mr. Johnson and Miss Simmons announced in February that they had been expecting a child in early summer season, and they had grow to be engaged on the top of final 12 months. They made history because the first unmarried couple to officially live together in Downing Street. The brand new arrival is the infant born to a serving top minister in recent records. Tony Blair's wife, Cherry, gave start to son Leo in Might also 2000, 3 years after her husband's first election victory, even as David and Samantha Cameron welcomed daughter Florence in 2010. The last infants born to prime ministers earlier than Leo and Florence arrived greater than 150 years ago.